Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, fellow readers. Today I'm going to do the most influential books that have impacted my life. I am going to briefly explain why the books are important to me because, well, I want to. And the first book is the Bible. Now, before you say, oh, she's a Christian, that's so cliche, let me tell you why this book is influential in my life. Because it is my rock. It is my foundation. It is my inspiration. It's my encouragement. It's my guideline. It is where my strength and my courage stem from. It is my peace, my joy, my heart. And it's not just words on a page. It's part of my soul, and it's a part of who I am, and I would not be Amy without it. So that is why it is influential in my life. The second book is Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. The Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. And the reason why it's influential in my life is because this is the first book that I remember reading by myself, and Dr. Seuss is one of the reasons why I liked reading, and he is the genius of the rhyme. No one can rhyme like Dr. Seuss.
Except for Tupac.
Come on. That was my husband saying Tupac can rhyme. I think Dr. Seuss can throw down a track more than Tupac. That's just my opinion. That's what I say. The third book is going to be the Sweet Valley Twins series, and the reason why I chose this one is because Lizzie and Jessica were my first two best friends. I read their stories, I love them, I reread their stories, as you can tell. You know, they grew up with me. I read them when I was in elementary school when they were in elementary school, and I read them when I was in middle school when they were in middle school, and then when I was in high school, yes, I still read them, and they kept me reading in my adolescence when some kids weren't reading, and that's why I chose this. The fourth book should not come as any surprise to anyone on BookTube, and that is the Harry Potter series. I started reading this series when I was in 10th or 11th grade, and a friend basically forced me to read it because I was making fun of it because I thought it was just this children's story. And this was when Harry Potter wasn't even popular. The first movie hadn't even come out yet, so I didn't even really understand that Harry was a wizard. And so when I experienced Hagrid telling Harry he was a wizard, I was just as shocked as Harry was, because I was like, what? Harry's a wizard? That's amazing! And I stood up to my family when they said I shouldn't be reading Harry Potter because it was about witchcraft, and I defended the reason why I loved it so much, because it wasn't about magic. It was about friendship and fighting for good and knowing what friendship was. That friendship wasn't just about going along with whatever your friends said, but it was sometimes standing up against them and standing firm on your beliefs. And 10 years later, when I'm in a theater watching the last Harry Potter movie, I cried with a group of people that had journeyed with me, and it's just an amazing experience. Harry Potter. Awesome. The fifth one, am I on number 5? Yes, 5. That is anything by William Shakespeare. No one writes like William Shakespeare. Everyone tries to, but no one comes close to writing like William Shakespeare. He is a genius, and just his language and the characters that he develops, and if you haven't read anything by William Shakespeare, you should. And then you realize that half of the books that you read have stemmed from some kind of story in William Shakespeare, and it's amazing. Amazing. The sixth book is Brothers Karamazov by Dostoevsky, that guy, Russian guy. Now, it's not because I love this book, I actually hated it, but it is the first translated book that I finished, and it shows me, 1, what a good editing job could have done to this book, 2, how a rant and tangent can destroy a book. And this is a book that I keep on my shelf, honestly, because it makes me look smart. The seventh book is The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. And the reason why I chose this one is it's a great book on history, on what it was like during the Great Depression, and it's just amazing. Yes. I don't know what number I'm on, so we're just going to keep on going, and that's Blue Like Jazz by Donald Miller. It was the first Christian literature that I read that was so honest and so sincere, and it made me realize that to be real about your Christianity, to be real about your struggles is such a better story than to show that being a Christian and, you know, following God is so easy, because it's not. And I'm so glad I got to read Blue Like Jazz, and it's amazing. It's an amazing story. Even if you don't believe in God, this is an amazing story. You should read it. The next book is The Little Prince by, here, I'll just show you his name. My husband has tried to teach me how to say his name so many times, but I can never say it right, so I'm not going to attempt. The reason why I chose this book is it really helped me see life and relationship and friendship, and some of my favorite quotes come from this book, like, what is essential is invisible to the eye. It's so good. It's just so good. Should read it. Should read it. It's amazing. Okay. The next book is Chasing Francis by Ian Morgan Cron, and I chose this book because it's about this guy that sees God in a different light. It's just an amazing story. Amazing. There we go. So that was 10, but I'm giving you 12 because I can and I want to. And so the next one is the Chronicles of Narnia series by C.S. Lewis. All of them are amazing. It paints this amazing picture of this amazing country and this amazing love, and it's amazing. So good. So good. So good. You should read them. The last book on my list is Rekindled by Tamara Alexander, and she is one of my all-time favorite authors. I found her randomly because I liked the cover, and it's set in the late 1800s, mid-1800s in Colorado. Tamara Alexander showed me that Christian fiction didn't have to be fluff. And it's amazing, and I love her, and she just does an amazing job of character development and setting the scene, and they're amazing. And that is that. So guys, that is my 10 or 12 influential books that have some way influenced me throughout my life, have made me who I am, have shaped why I read, have shaped what I read, and has shaped how I write. So guys, thank you for listening, thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye!